Alright, May 25th, 2014. Just got done doing a whole video that forgot to turn the audio on for, so it was a total waste. And so it was probably one of the best videos I've ever done, so a little low on energy. Kind of took a lot out of me. But anyways, one of the things I want to talk about was the fact that Ted Cruz is an incredible wolf in sheep's clothing. Uh, I had somebody come on my YouTube channel yesterday and leave a comment on a video that I'd made a while back on the same subject. And they left several comments, and it was, ranging from Ted Cruz 2014 or 2016 to, this guy can't even focus his camera. And then I told him, I said, look, the guy's wife is a Goldman Sachs vice president, and he supports the war on drugs. The only time that he has a problem concerning the war on drugs is when somebody else is trying to end it. And he has no stated position. And then they came back, and it was just like this long list of shit, and it was like, we have to support a conservative, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, dude, and like, these motherfuckers are seriously sycophantic, mindless. I mean, they're pathetic. They have no personal identity, okay? I mean, being human isn't good enough, so now they have to identify as a Republican or identify as a Democrat, and they're trying to gain a personal identity by assigning this label to themselves. And I mean, it is so pathetic, man. It is so pathetic. It is so pathetic to see grown men, adults. I mean, I don't even know how men who behave this way even get a woman. You know what I mean? I don't know how a woman could ever be attracted to you. I mean, anyways. But, anyways, the point of the story is that I was going back and forth with this guy, and I said, did you just ask me if I was trying to conceal my identity because my camera doesn't focus? And I said, I just told you. And he goes, and how can you say he's a murderer? If your sister's a murderer, doesn't mean you're a murderer. And I'm like, man, it's like they're so desperate to sign on to this. You know what I mean? You can't take it away from them. It's like, dude, I mean, if you show up for this video, I mean, I can't take that away from you, okay? So don't get too upset about it, because you can still sign on to whatever you want to sign on to, okay? I can't stop you, so don't get way too upset about it. And I know you will anyways. But, Ted Cruz, he took issue with Barack Obama here recently because, and I'm not a big fan of Barack Obama. I mean, this is one of the few and far between things he's done positive. But, this whole thing called Smart on Crime, where they're going to try to lower the sentencing for drug war crimes. It's not even a crime to possess drugs, and I mean, unless you go by the standard definition of crime, which is what you do in the privacy of your own house, is your business, so long as you're not interfering with somebody else's life. Oh, but wait a second. The end justifies the means. We got to clean up the blood pool. We got to instigate race hygiene on everybody. It's like Nazi Germany. Hey, the end justifies the means. How many times has that been said in human history to great avail? The end justifies the means. I mean, we rounded up millions and millions of people in Nazi Germany to exterminate them because the end justified the means. We're going to clean up the bloodline. We rounded up, I think it's 150,000 people were taken and forcibly sterilized in the United States because the end justifies the means. They didn't do any crime, but hey, the end justifies the means. Let's sterilize them. Didn't have anybody do anything criminal in terms of the war on drugs, but hey, end justifies the means. They've got to depend on that drug, therefore they are weaker, therefore let's clean the bloodline, let's instigate race hygiene, I mean, how sick is that, man? Race hygiene? We're going to clean up the bloodline? We're going to round up the inferiors. We're going to, the defectives. I mean, one of the first things they did in Nazi Germany was they took mentally defective people and they just murdered them. They just mass murdered them. And I just want to say that's not a very good way to instigate, a sound judicial system. Is not, taking innocent people and exterminating them and taking innocent people and culling them from the herd so you can't reproduce. You know what I'm saying? That's not justice, okay? That person didn't do nothing wrong, okay? Right now we got more people locked up than the entire country of China. The entire country of China, okay? The entire country of China has locked up. And that's with over 1 billion fewer people. I mean, this is just a massacre on humanity. And people's lives are getting ruined every day, man. People are rotting away right now. And I think it's pretty interesting. I was watching Lockup Raw last night, and there was this guy, and he said, I got two burglaries, and my third was possession of methamphetamines, and I was given 35 to life. And I'm like, wow, and didn't even do anything wrong, and didn't even commit a crime. Wow, you know what I'm saying? I mean, does that not seem to kind of be a little bit weird? You know what I mean? It used to be a time in our country's history when you went and you got locked up for murder. But hey, now we just lock you up so murder can't happen, and people won't get caught as much for it, and they can get away with it. I mean, how is that kind of weird to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of weird, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? Kind of odd. Kind of odd. Okay? For that shit to be going on. Okay? And I mean, the judicial system is so clogged that they can't even get a decent prosecution rate for any real crimes. So, okay, now we used to put people and lock them up for murder. Now we're going to lock them up so murder can't happen and be gotten away with. Look in the description. I mean, all the statistics are there. And, what really trips me out about Ted Cruz, I mean, how does he get these people to promote his sorry ass? And there's sorry ass Alex Jones, who's really wants to get patted on his sad, fucking disgusting head and get a cookie stuff in his fat mouth. Somebody can say, "Good job, Jens! You're a part of it, buddy! You fake-ass piece of shit! You fake motherfucker!" Sure, at one point he was a decent person. So was Bill. What was that guy's name? Bill, what the fuck? I can't even remember his fucking name. Bill O'Reilly. At one point, he was a decent guy, had decent views, was a good person. Then you had Alan Greenspan. At one point, he's a good person. Decent views. And, speaking of people who, there's not a lot of people who don't turn, it seems like. I mean, Memorial Day is tomorrow. There was the founder of Memorial Day. He was good till the end. Not only did he vote for the Civil War as a senator, he then went and joined it, was shot through the shoulder, went back into the fighting, and was the first major, and then was shot again, originally reported dead, first major victory of the Civil War. In the trenches, fighting while shot, blood streaming everywhere, going back in. That's a good example of a person who had some, fortitude. And so I'm making mention of that because it's, coming up. But I mean, it would be nice if there was just a single man left. You know what I mean? It would just be nice if there was somebody with just one pair of balls just on the fucking planet, You people are cowards. You're weak. You're disgraceful. You're fake. You make me sick. You're disgusting to me. Okay? You're absolutely disgusting. I think we ought to take you out and shoot every one of you. And, the guy, I mean, over misuse of a secretary single-handedly led the charge to impeach Andrew Sherman. And no, he wasn't impeached, but he did reach the impeachment trial. I mean, this dude had gusto, man. You know, the dude was amazing. And, you know, wrote a book called The Great Conspiracy. I mean, hey, wait a second, I just said conspiracy. He said conspiracy. Oh. You know what I mean? It's like when I try to tell people have come over my speakers and actually spoken to me in my room. You know, since I've been, I mean, I didn't do shit, but just sit there and try to read headlines and find out what's going on in the world. I used to just love reading articles and reports and shit. And this one happened to be from Bloomberg. 3.5 trillion. I was one of only 7 people who favored the video. It got set private. And since then, I stuck it up on YouTube. The fact that it was set private, YouTube shut down. I was in the middle of all that. Just go see my main video. I don't really want to go into the whole thing, because it's fucking disgusting and pathetic. And, you know, ever since then, I mean, it's just been one thing after another. You know, people coming in, turning on my alarm system in the middle of the night when I'm about to send out an email blast as I'm pasting stuff. You know, having telephone conversations end. I called into Alex Jones' show to tell him what was going on, and I called the producer line, and I'd actually hear the phone pick up off the ringer. And then, you know that beep noise that AT&T makes whenever it disconnects a phone call? It goes beep, beep, gone. Phone call disconnected. This shit happened 7 times in a row, man. They picked up the phone, beep, phone disconnected, call back. They picked up the phone, beep, call ended. They picked up the phone, beep, call ended. They picked up the phone. I'm not making this shit up. You know, I guess, oh, wait a second, that's scary because it's a conspiracy. You know, I mean, seriously, it's scary because it's a conspiracy? You know, I mean, the people with wealth would want to get together with a common goal. That's a far-fetched concept. It's like, I was at dinner, with my family, and there's this one dude, he's not, anyway, I'm not going to go into it, but he was there, and there was this television commercial that comes on, and they go, Google Chrome is tracking you, watching you, what you're doing, this shit. And I was like, dang, yeah, they're watching us and everything, too. And he goes, it's a conspiracy, and thought that he had just said something smart. Like discredited what I just said. I mean, how deluded can you be, man? How far removed? And I'm sitting there like, dude, I can't even contend with that. I mean, I can't even engage with it. Because there's nothing to engage with. It's totally fucking bizarre stupidity. And there's just this huge desire by the general population to sign on to something. And you think that you're going to heaven. Seriously. Like, because everybody's doing it, you think that when you get to God, that God's just going to say, hey, you know what? Since everybody was doing it, just go on to heaven. This shit ain't going to happen. You know? It's like, you signed on to mass murder and enslavement. I don't give a shit. Okay? How many fucking people did it? Dumbass! I hate you! Okay? And then you're going to know how I fucking feel and what I would do to you if I ever got the chance. But I'm not God. I can't just send you to hell forever. But I would if I had a chance. Half a chance, I'd send you to hell forever. And I'm calling for your death openly every day anyways, so. And I'm not ever going to fucking quit. I mean, I think we will kill you eventually. I mean, with the internet and everything, you know, the power that's granted us. And I'm just going to you know, I think we'll fucking round you up, and I hope we can round you up and just slit your throat. Just blood shooting everywhere. And all the other people watching like, oh my God, I'm going to be next, and shivering and begging for your life. And I'm like, yeah, beg me for your fucking life. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm also doing children's parties on the weekend too now. Oh, this video is out of time. All right, well, anyways, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for joining.